Hello, and welcome to another Let's Talk Church of God of Prophecy Bahamas. My name is Dr. Ghandi Thompson, and I'm happy to have with me a very wonderful group of dynamic presenters. And also, I'm happy to be hosting this show or co-hosting this show with none other than
Ashliegh Stubbs. Thank you, Dr. Ghandi, for opening us up. So we just want to go around the room and let our guest speakers introduce themselves. You can tell us as much as you would like, and what brings you here today. So we're going to start off with Mr. Miller.
All right. Good evening, COGP Bahamas Nation, NTA Bahamas Nation, all the other nations here assembled tonight. I'm so happy to be here. As you said, my name is Jaydian Miller, and I'm the Business Development Manager at the National Training Agency. And my life's mission is to make a difference in the lives of young people, businesses, and communities for present and future generations. My passion is really to help people. I want to see people reach their greatest potential. I love boxing, so I'm an avid boxer. I love to box, all right? Now, I ain't gonna touch nobody now. I ain't gonna go in no championship fight, but I can box a little bit. But, I love to help people. I love to see people reach their greatest potential. I love to see young people thrive. I love to see young people go from where they are now to where they want to be. So those are some of the things that I love to do. I love young people. So thank you for having me this evening.
Awesome. We're going to go around the room. Miss Bernice McClain.
Prophecy viewing people. Well, my name is Bernice McClain. I'm a medical technologist at the Princess Margaret Hospital. And like Jayden, I am also excited about not only my profession, but the very fact that I have the opportunity to actually reach young people. The very fact that the profession is more or less, the average age is about 50. So we need some young bodies to fill our positions in the event that we transition, we retire, we move on. We need young people to replace us. So this is my clarion call to young people who are going to be watching the show. Reach out to me, find out what is it you need to do. It is an honorable profession. It is a government job. Persons who are probably with the science degree, if they are interested in either not going off the island so much, but even getting some information here before they move. We also have a program set up just for them. So I am grateful, ever so grateful, to be here so that I can encourage other young people to become medical technologists, because the country needs you. The healthcare system needs you. You could be treating your own brothers, sisters, cousins, relatives, and the whole idea is to make sure that they are able to respond when you speak. Oftentimes, government will have to go and get foreign labor, but if we can actually encourage our own young people to adopt these professions, our healthcare system can remain Bahamian-centric. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. I love that, Miss McClain. Let's bring it over to Deangelo Belle.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Deangelo Belle. I am a husband and a father of two. We recently welcomed our newborn son about a week ago. In addition to being a customs broker, I am the founder and CEO of Full Frame Media, a video production company. I'm a mentor with Transition Mentoring Program, and I'm a co-pastor of the Life component at our church, Legacy Church, with my wife, Carlisa Belle. Our component focuses on empowering healthy relationships through life connections, small groups, and ongoing community fellowship. So that's me in a nutshell.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, we want to turn it over to Miss Neely.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Church of God of Prophecy Bahamas, for having me. My name is Sandena Neely. I am very proud to serve as the head of the Division of Youth with the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture. We are the premier youth development agency in the country, and we are so honored to serve young people through the length and breadth of our country. I get to work with a team of amazing professionals and youth officers. You can like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You'll find us there. In my own life, I am an attorney at law by profession, a consultant, a coach, a mentor, a speaker, and a newly published author. And so I'm a multidimensional leader, and I'm excited for this conversation today. And I'm excited to be here with such a cadre of other amazing young people and people who are in the work of youth development.
Oh, wow, Ashliegh. This seems as if we're going to be in for a treat today. Our topic for today, for those of you who are just watching or just turning on, we want to invite you to share this video, call a young friend over, share this in your youth groups, share this in your WhatsApp groups. We want to be talking today about youth training and development opportunities. I know we are in a time when a lot of young people feel as if there's not enough opportunities for them. And as I begin to hear each and every one of our guests speak, Ms. Neely here representing the Division of Youth, Pastor Deangelo, Belle, new father, we thank you for taking this opportunity to be with us, and congratulations. I'm happy to see that you don't have bags underneath your eye, but will be coming shortly. Jaydian, and as you were sharing, just the enthusiasm and the passion you have for developing young people was just coming out of my computer as you shared. And Bernice, so many times we find that there are people that we may feel are threatened by young people, but you are here on this panel today to invite young persons into your profession. And so we're going to go into a commercial break, but we want to give you a chance to get relaxed, get a quick drink, call your youth over, share this video. Right after this commercial break, we are going to be talking about some of the youth training and development opportunities that you can look forward to.
It's Worship in Paradise, bringing experiences from around the world to the Grand Lucayan Hotel on Grand Bahamas, the Bahamas. It's the Barry B. Morris International Music and Fine Arts Conference, Praising 250, featuring Pastor Benita Jones from Atlanta, Georgia, Pastor Emmanuel De Jesus, New Jersey, Pastor Timothy Johnson, Nassau, Bahamas, Minister Valerie Tuttle, Kentucky, Pastor Barry B. Morris, and many others. Come out and be transformed at this 3-day cultural and worship conference with performances by worship teams from Canada, the United Kingdom, Eastern Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, Spanish and Creole worship team, the Tabernacle Concert Choir, the Bahamas Public Officers Choir, the Fabulous Cooling Water, Pastor Simeon Out, and the Bahama Brass Band. Registration is $120. The cultural concert is $20. It's the Barry B. Morris International Music and Fine Arts Conference, June 2nd through 4th, 7:30 p.m. at the Grand Lucayan Hotel in Freeport, Grand Bahamas, the Bahamas. Come out and claim your blessing.
So as you can see, we're starting off letting you know that if you're looking for something to do this June 2nd through 4th and you want to get off the island, Deangelo, you want to take a little break, jump on a plane with your beautiful wife. This is an opportunity for people in the fine arts to go and visit the beautiful island of Grand Bahama and see what's happening for youth and in the areas of music and fine arts. So Jaydian, I want to come back to you. You talked about the National Training Agency Nation. That tells me that you have a group of followers out there, and you just have a passion for this, for what you do at work. Tell us about some training opportunities for young people that the National Training Agency offers.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ghandi. And yes, the National Training Agency. First of all, let me just say one thing first before I get started. We are celebrating 10 years, 10-year anniversary, all right, of transforming lives and empowering people, all right, empowering others. That's very important because in order to really be empowered, you have to transform your mind, right? It starts with our mind, right? So 10 years, and we're so happy because we've been able to assist thousands of young people. We have a program called the Entry-Level Workplace Training Program, and that has 2 different components. So it's a 14-week program. It starts off 14 weeks, but you have 4 weeks. The first 4 weeks is our soft skills training component. And that's where we teach courses such as motivation, self-awareness, customer service, communication skills. So many of those soft skills that are needed before you get into the workplace. That's the first 4 weeks. We have well-qualified presenters who come there not just to train, but to empower, to motivate, to encourage, to make these young people feel like, hey, you may have messed up, but that's okay. We're here to help you to get back on the right track to get into the workplace. So that's the first 4 weeks. Then, once you're done with those 4 weeks, you have 10 weeks, 10 or more weeks of practical skills training. And what the practical skills training focuses on, we have different training providers. So we would say the Ebenezer College, City and Guilds, the National School of Accountancy and Professional Development, Ready to Go Auto Repair. We have a numerous amount of industry training providers. And what those providers do, they teach you the hands-on skills in the workplace. So once you have the soft skills, then you have the practical skills. You have all the tools necessary to be successful. And I can tell you, Ghandi, that you have many young people who come to our registration department, and they would say to our awesome team members, I haven't eaten in 3 days, or, I didn't graduate from high school, or, I may have went through some kind of abuse. I have some kind of trauma. I have some kind of learning disability. So my heart goes out to our registration department because they deal with so much. So when you see these young people come out of this program, they've been through a lot. They overcame a lot. Even, for example, we have a particular unit called Attitude Shape Up. And you'll be so surprised, everyone here, you'll be so surprised of how the attitudes shift and change as they go through the program. So we realize how powerful this program is. So many young people have been transformed and changed. And we look forward to transforming even more lives now, especially during this time when criminality is at a high. But we know the young people, we believe in you. We know you want to succeed. Come to the National Training Agency. That's one of our big programs that we have. Another program that we have is our ILM program. That is the Institute of Leadership and Management. And that focuses more on business professionals. So the entry-level workplace training is free, F-R-E-E, all caps, free. Okay, so there's no cost to you, young people, it's free. And you must be between the ages of 16 to 30. Now, typically, our teacher's aid and our allied health goes up to 35, so age 22 to 35. But that's the age range that we focus on, 16 to 30, and in certain circumstances up to 35. All right, that's the free program, the entry-level workplace training program. Then the ILM program, Dr. Ghandi, focuses on business professionals, right? Leadership and management. Because there's many times where persons don't have that training, right? You may go to a 1 week course or a couple of days course, or I got a certificate of completion. But do you really have the skills? Do you really have the knowledge that you can apply, the applied skills? Not just the skills here, but skills that you can apply. So when we think about that program is very intense. It's a rigorous 6 to 8 week program. At the end of the program, Dr. Ghandi and everyone, you have to create a portfolio of everything you've learned, all of your work. So it's not one of those fly-by-night programs. The program actually is based out of London. It's part of the City and Guilds group. So you have to send your information to London. London has to evaluate it. They gotta say, hey, yay or nay. And once you succeed, they send your certificate down, and you're finally a certified leadership and management individual when it comes to performing in those areas. So we just had our Department of Immigration group just complete their program on February 3rd. They had a certificate ceremony where they earned their level 3 certificate in leadership and management. So those are the two big programs we have going on that really transforms our young people who may have not graduated from high school, may need a second chance, may have had some bumps along the road, didn't graduate. And then we have a program for professionals. When you get into the workplace, how can you get that leadership and management skills? Starting from the very bottom, if you're a line staff, all the way up to the CEO. And that's the goal. So those are our two major programs.
Wow, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Miller. I see one of the comments from Nadia talking about she's a proud NTA graduate. And I know Nadia is a good civilian in the country of the Bahamas. So that is a great thing that you guys have at the National Training Agency. So I want to turn this over to Miss Bernice McClain. And I want you to discuss some of the programs that you guys have in your department. I know we're now getting into the graduation season, and there's a lot of people that might be in the field of STEM and other interests into your field. So let's hear more about that.
Okay, just so people can understand what I do and who I am. I'm a medical technologist. We are the persons that do the testing of blood samples and every other type of bodily fluid of the human body in the medical laboratory. All right. So what we are in need of when we speak of the need for medical technologists, you mentioned that students are just coming out of high school, and those persons that are in college, we need their attention, because what we need is smart, intelligent young people. And sadly, we have to ask that they be trained, that they have I would say, the science background, so to speak. So if you have like an associate's degree in biology or a bachelor's degree, or you're pursuing a bachelor's degree, and you're in your second or third year and you yet haven't decided what you want to do, what we at the Bahamas Association of Medical Technologists have developed is a medical technology teaching cadet program, whereby we invite students into this program and we actually inform and we teach and we train them in the principles that are encompassing of medical technology. Medical technology comprises at this point about 7 to 8 programs or departments that are featured at Princess Margaret Hospital. We have the medical microbiology, we have clinical chemistry, we have serology, we have hematology, we have the transfusion medicine, blood bank, histology, and of course, cytology. All of these individuals that are in these programs at least have a bachelor's degree in their respective fields. So therefore, what we're asking, and we're appealing to the young people, there are more areas in science that we can use you at, other than being a nurse or being a doctor. You know, we have other professions in the hospital. We are covered. We are under the Allied Health Services, and we also have persons who are maybe interested in becoming EMTs or X-ray technicians or radiologists. So they're audiologists. There are all of these professions that we can actually utilize the interest, the dynamo, the intelligentsia of this particular country. We want them to know that there are vacancies for them if they are interested. We also have scholarships, about 10 scholarships that are worth about $100,000 that was donated to the association so that we can actually assist students who may want to pursue medical technology abroad. Medical technology is a 4-year program. So persons who may be actually completing their university degree, even though you have a bachelor's degree, we still would ask that you get your clinical rotations, because medical technology is a science, and we know science can be an exact science, or so to speak, but not any and everybody is allowed in the laboratory. You have to be clinically trained, you have to be certified, you have to be licensed. So therefore, what we are appealing to the young people, get inquisitive, find out what is needed, give us a call the Princess Margaret Hospital, speak to a laboratorian. I will give you a name. I will give you the name of Miss Karen Ingram. I will give you a name of a Melissa Roll. 32222861. Just give them a call and ask, how do I become a medical technologist? Because as I stated before, and I will be stating throughout this program, this country is in dire need of your services. Okay, so persons like myself who have 20 plus years work experience, I need to be mentoring, I need to be training, I need to be encouraging other young people to replace me and others like me. Because at the end of the day, if we are responsible leaders, we need to be equipping the next generation to replace us. I'm not one of those ones who want to hoard and prevent young people from doing that. No, that does not make sense. If we want to continue the level of excellence, the profession, in the manner that it's been propagated right now, in terms of being excellent and being tedious, and it's unflinching that we give of ourselves 24/7, 365, whether we're sick, whether we have deaths in the family, however the case may be. We are there to aid this country. And therefore, we need to make sure that young people develop the same mentality, the same work ethic, so that we can pass the baton successfully, seamlessly to the next generation, and let them know that you are able, if you come in time, and you are able to replace us or repeat what we're doing, then we should feel confident knowing that we are leaving our profession in the best of hands. So. That's
Listen, this is, I have to agree with Carolyn Bethel, who just typed a few minutes ago, who's watching online, that this is very informative.
yes.
Jaydian, you almost make me want to sign up for to NTA to do the leadership program. If I didn't have enough already on my plate, I would certainly be enrolling. And so I want to come back to you and ask you a few questions in a couple of minutes. But Bernice, the passion with which you spoke and the openness and the eagerness to mentor this next generation certainly came through as you talked about all the different ologies. You know, I started to take notes. At one point you said cytology, and I just wanted to make sure that you weren't saying Scientology, because I want to make sure that we're not getting mixed up here. But you were on it for giving us some very, very vital information and very
Yes.
informative.
Yes.
Deangelo, you are a part of a program that I'm also affiliated with. And of course, I want to invite you to share a little bit about what it is that you do outside of co-pastoring, and what programs that Transitions Mentoring Program has to offer.
Well, thanks again, Ghandi. Transition Mentoring Program was founded in 2015. We focus on empowering young people, building future leaders for this country. We work with the young people, trying to show them and make them more aware of the impact that their decisions today can cause in the future. We prepare them for the future by teaching them life skills, building self-esteem, self-worth, personal character development, as well as leadership skills. Our vision really is to empower the young people and help them to develop and be adjusted, well-rounded individuals, fostering community, belonging, and building future leaders for the Bahamas. Our goals include helping students with their mindset shift, assisting them with conflict resolutions, which we truly, truly believe is one of the key components to seeing our people resolve issues better, and as a result, a reduction in the amount of incidents we see in our streets today. Another goal is building confidence within the students, demonstrating how personal character can lead to successful life. Helping students identify their goals and create blueprints to achieve them. I don't think we do that often enough. We don't teach them how you transition. That's one of the reasons we're called transition mentor. We strongly believe that, hey, you have to lay out the blueprint to teach these kids how to, otherwise they'll be left to their own vices. So one of our upcoming events, it's not a new event, but even before the pandemic, we had it annually. Our upcoming event is the Man Up Summit, and it's going to be held on Saturday, May 20th of 2023. And the time is from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and it will be held at the Fox Hill Community Center. We are targeting young men ages 12 to 15. We encourage group signups. However, if you are not a part of a group, you can still register as an individual, and you'll be assigned a group upon arrival. Some of the things that will be targeted in this upcoming summit is helping our young men to become more confident, helping them to identify positive examples and role models to emulate and follow after. You know, we always hear about our young people wanting a sense of belonging, a sense of community, and we are intentional in trying to foster that throughout our training programs. Another segment of this upcoming event is going to be providing sense of belonging, like I said, obtaining specific information about male hygiene, obtaining specific information about responsibility regarding sex, STDs, pregnancy, creating goals for their lives, and obtaining information about how to be resilient and strong and have a strong mental fortitude. The thing is, and this is a plea to parents, we invite you to register your children, register your boys. We need your sons. This nation needs strong, healthy, whole men. Strong, healthy, whole men. And I know we don't see events specifically geared towards young men as often as we'd like to, but this is an opportunity. And so we definitely encourage persons to register your sons.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Deangelo, Belle. This is something that we need in our communities today, especially with our young men. We don't want to lose our young men to the streets, and so a program like such is really useful and efficient in these times. So I want to turn it over to Miss Sandena Neely, and you could talk about programs and initiatives under your department.
Thank you so much. This is such a riveting conversation. So I have a lot to cover in a very short space of time. So I'm going to touch on just 9 of the many areas that we offer at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, programs, events, and activities. Our minister is the Honorable Mario K. Bolag. Our permanent secretary is Cora Bain Colebrook. And we have a National Youth Advisory Council that is co-chaired by Pastor Dino Cartwright and Dr. Felicia Archer that takes care of our senior leadership. And within our ministry itself, we have more than 10 youth officers in the New Providence office. We have 2 youth officers in Grand Bahama, 2 youth officers in Abaco, 1 in Eleuthera, 1 in Andros, 1 in Long Island. So we want to encourage young people and persons looking for or who have an interest in youth work or youth development work or anything to do with the ministry to visit any of those offices. And so to the meat of it, we have more than 9 programs. I'm just going to touch on them very quickly. The Youth Leaders Certification Program is a program that runs twice a year where we standardize the training for all of our youth leaders. So if you're a youth leader or you have a youth organization, contact us today to see how you can access this certification and this training. Then we have the Fresh Start program, which has been going for more than 30 years. That is a program for young people who are marginalized, oftentimes 18 to 25 years old, may not have finished high school, and they need what is called a fresh start. So we bring them in, we skill them up, put them into internship in the hopes that they gain long-term employment. And that program has a 70% retention rate. Also, the Job Ready program is for those 16 to 18-year-olds who would have just come out of high school and they want to be made job ready. They're not in a college setting, and so we skill them up. That's a shorter program. It's 8 weeks. Fresh Start is a 16-week program, and we are having the graduation for our Job Ready program in just a few weeks, as well as our Youth Leader Certification program. So you can check us out on Facebook, or you can call our office, or you can visit our office to see how you can be a part of these programs. We also have the Be Inspired program, which is a small grant program, micro grants for young people between the ages of 18 to 35. We give grants up to $5,000 after we take you through a training, and it's almost like a Shark Tank atmosphere. So you can contact us for more information on that. We have the all exciting National Summer Employment Program and Youth Program. You can contact us for more information on that. That program has several components, including summer camps, summer employment for 18 to 25-year-old college students mainly, and we also offer private grants. Like I said, you can contact us for that. We have the all exciting Youth Ambassadors program for our young people who will be serving the country locally and abroad. Again, contact us for more information on that. And we also have National Youth Month, which is held every October. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram so that you can get more information on that. This is where we have National Youth Parliament. This is where we have the Youth Awards and all of these other exciting events and activities where we celebrate and highlight our young people. 8th, we have the National Youth Policy that you're going to be starting to hear more about. It's going to be a framework to put all of the youth-led activities under one umbrella, including the Bahamas National Youth Commission, the Bahamas National Youth Council, and Institute for Youth Development, so we can begin to conduct more research in the area of youth development. And finally, we have our newest program, our baby, which is the National Youth Guard. We just held a graduation ceremony for 64 young people who have begun their training in the area of disaster management and disaster preparedness, disaster response. They are being equipped to be able to assist the country in the event of a natural disaster, national disaster, or an emergency. And so you're going to see our young people very prominently over the next 2 years who are in this cohort. That's our first of our 9 programs. And we have new programs, again, that are coming on stream. Stay tuned for information on a national mentorship program that we're going to be offering in a very innovative and cutting edge way. And we have so many other opportunities and programs, events, and activities that are available. Young people, the Division of Youth is your home. So we invite you to come and visit us at the Ivy Dumont building on University Drive, just down the street from the University of the Bahamas, right next door to Bahamas Customs. And we will welcome you with open arms, or in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Eleuthera, Andros, or Long Island.
I certainly like this. I mean, I'm getting excited. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. I mean, there are scholarships, Ashliegh. There are people telling us that they want to mentor us in their area of work, of employment. Jaydian wants to make sure that we are masters as leaders, developers. And Deangelo is obviously running programs that are going to be fitted for my daughter's husband in the future, right? Because we want to make sure that our children are marrying whole and well people, like Deangelo said. This is exciting. I have quite a bit of follow-up questions from the information that's been shared. And if you are watching and you have a question that can benefit you or your child or somebody in your youth group, we invite you to write that question in the Facebook chat. We want to go to another commercial break. Again, I'm just trying to see how I could get into a time machine and go back and participate in some of these activities. But we're going to run a commercial break, and then we will be right back with our guests with a few more questions.
Caribbean Leadership Conference 2023 takes place right here at the Grand McClain Resort in Freeport, Grand Bahama, right here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. You are invited to join us the 19th of July through the 22nd of July and experience a blessing from the Lord. Come and enjoy the fellowship from all of our brethren from across the Caribbean. And we want you to have this opportunity to sharpen your skills. And if you are perhaps feeling the presence of God leading you in the area of leadership, you too are welcome to join us. So we are extending this invitation this July 19th to the 22nd right here in Freeport, Bahamas.
Oh, wow. Again, another opportunity. If you are a leader in the Church of God of Prophecy, or perhaps you're not a leader and you want to be like Jaydian and make sure that you're the best leader, we ask you to sign up to NTA and then take a break and sign up for CLC and go to Grand Bahama. Again, another opportunity to push Grand Bahama. And for those of you who want to know what good stuff comes out of Grand Bahama, let me just let you know, free commercial for Grand Bahama. You haven't tried the pickled counts, this is your opportunity to go down to West End and try the pickled counts. And if you think that at Easter that fried fish and hot cross buns is the way to go, again, go down to West End and you will find that they have fish and banana and guava pancakes. Listen, you cannot go to Grand Bahama if you are on a diet. But I want to tell you, just go and live your best life. And if you want to know about Grand Bahama, if you've known anything about Wilbert Stubbs, he is a comedian. He is a master entertainer. Again, so you're going to have a fun time. You're going to be laughing, and you're going to come back a few pounds heavier. So sign up for CLC today. But I want to go back into some of the conversations that we've been having. And Ashliegh, I'm going to let you jump right back in. But I have to ask this question. You said, Bernice McClain, you were talking about the scholarship opportunities, right? That there is some funding there for scholarship opportunities. Who do they write? Who does a person write to get more information about the scholarship opportunities? And then after that, Jaydian, I want you to jump in and answer this question, because you highlighted two main programs from the National Training Agency. I had the opportunity to have a graduate, actually 2 or 3 graduates from the National Training Agency, assist us in the field of, I think they were healthcare assistants. I'm not sure what was the correct term for them. Yes. And so for persons who aren't able to hire a nurse, would want somebody that's had some level of training to assist with the elderly care at home, or, these persons that I've encountered came well trained from that facility. So I want you to share a little bit about that program right after Bernice provides some information about the scholarship opportunities.
We're actually donated by the CEO of Premier Lab, Ms. Patrice Nairn Major. And these are the Carl and Catherine Nairn Medical Technology Scholarships. 10 scholarships that have criteria. Persons must be between the ages of 21 and 30. The GPA must be at least greater than 2.7. We're asking that these scholarships be bonded, so they will have to actually sign an agreement to state that they will be returning back to the Bahamas once they've completed their certification, either their American Medical Technologist certification, AMT, or the ASC, the American Association of Clinical Pathologists, ASCP. So we're asking that these individuals contact us to see how best they can utilize these scholarships. Persons to contact, you can call Ms. Karen Ingram, again at Princess Margaret Hospital's number 3222861, extension 1175, or you can call or extension 2610. Once she and Ms. Bonnie Comer, that is a subcommittee that Ms. Bonnie Comer and Ms. Karen Ingram are now in charge of. And we would want interested students to please contact us, because it is a 6-month process. We ask that you contact a university that will accept your credits. Once you have that acceptance letter, or that you have information on that university, you can contact us and we can assist you stepwise of how you can be considered an eligible candidate. This is offered to Bahamian students only, and we are hoping that when students hear that we have a $10,000 scholarship per scholarship, okay? And the Minister of Education is also aware of the, Minister of Health. He is also cognizant of the fact that we are in need of medical technologists. So there are also scholarships that are offered at the Ministry of Education in the technical/vocational area. And medical laboratory science or medical laboratory is also listed there as being one of those professions that are in dire need. So financing is also there. So imagine if you were to come to us, the Bahamas Associate Medical Technologists, to acquire one $10,000 scholarship, and then to the Ministry of Education and to the degree, I don't know how much they offer, but with those combined scholarships, you should be set. So what we want you to do is to contact us sooner rather than later. Find out what you need to know. And then you could take the next step of contacting the Ministry of Education and then utilizing those 2 scholarships to make sure that you have housing. And it's only for if you're completed with your bachelor's degree from the University of the Bahamas, the clinical rotation is only 18 months. But if you want to go to that university, the program for medical technology is 4 years. So act wisely, contact us, communicate. Let us see how best we can help you so that you can actually get that quality education, that clinical training, and that level of quality and excellence that is now mandatory to work at Princess Margaret Hospital's medical laboratories. So please, do so today, and we expect to hear. Any questions? I'm sorry. Thank you.
All right, to Mr. Jaydian Miller.
Ms. McClain, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, I can hear you.
First of all, we need to talk. We'll talk after this, all right?
Yes,
Because
of course, of course, of course.
allied health is one of our disciplines. So
Oh
I
my.
ain't gonna let you get away today. We're gonna talk
Okay.
today. All right?
Yes, Mr. Miller. Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Miller.
So before I get into the question, answer the question that Dr. Ghandi asked me, let me just tell you about all the disciplines we have, because we have many disciplines, and these are not limited to these that I'm going to describe, right? So we have 10 right now. So we have allied health, we have culinary and baking, we have auto service and care, we have teacher's aid, we have Microsoft Office, we have office procedures, we have auto body, we have retail knowledge, we have housekeeping, and we have food and beverage. And those are very important areas because we want to give young people a chance to decide which area, which discipline they want to be in, right? You don't want to make it to where it's just 3 or 4 of them, because they would say, well, those know what I'm interested in, so I'm not going to join the program. So if we're really trying to impact the nation, we need to have as many disciplines as possible that they'll be interested in. That's the first thing I want to say, Dr. Ghandi. Now, to your question related to allied health, we've seen that many of our graduates from that program have actually been working with the elderly. I know one specifically who I spoke to about 2 or 3 months ago, who's been working with the elderly. So what happens is, once they get done with that program, and that actual program takes a little longer than 10 weeks, because as you know, to be in the medical field, you need real long experience. You need to really have that experience, right? So 10 weeks is, for other programs maybe work well, but for medical assisting and allied health and the area that Ms. McClain is speaking about, you need that true experience. So what happens, Dr. Ghandi, is we have a registration department. And once those graduates complete the program, our registration department contacts different agencies who are related to health, right? So they would set up interviews, they would speak to the individuals who are in charge, they would try to connect these graduates with them. And once these particular organizations feel that they're viable, they have knowledge, they're open to learning, they want to be successful, they want to save people, because really in that area you want to save lives. You want to save lives. If you're not passionate about helping people, saving lives, that's not the field for you. So young people work with these particular agencies. They've been doing well, as you said, Dr. Ghandi, they've been doing very well. But our registration department are really the drivers when it comes to getting them set up for interviews, connecting them with the right people, having good connections and personal relationships with the organizations. So if individuals out there want to get involved with this program, right now we have a program going on. They have about 5 or more weeks to go until they graduate. So they ain't too far off now. They got a little more time, but they're getting close. So they're going to graduate, move on, and we look forward to assisting not just the allied health graduates, but everyone, all the graduates, with getting employment, gainful employment.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Miller. Both you and Ms. McClain really shocked me in the amount of opportunities that you guys have to offer. And Ms. McClain, I know so much people that are graduating right now as we speak, and can really participate in these opportunities. So I want to ask a question to Ms. Sandena Neely. Earlier, you brought up a point about offering grants and stuff under the Ministry of Youth. I want you to talk about what makes one eligible to apply for these grants. I remember last year, at the end of the year, when I was doing an initiative for the community of Seagrape in Grand Bahama during my Christmas break, and that would have been like such a great opportunity to assist in that initiative. So I want to know, like, what things that people what do they have to bring, and what are the requirements for applying for such grants? And also, after you're done, I want to forward it to Mr. Deangelo Belle to talk about different kinds of training opportunities that you have participated in that helped to groom you into the man that you are today. So we'll start with Miss Sandena.
Thank you so much. So we have over 300 youth organizations that we service, and we offer grants to these organizations. The criteria is that you would have been registered with our ministry for more than 1 year. And most of our youth organizations are long-standing, like Girl Guides and Scouts and Youth Empowerment Program, Junior Achievement, Flourish Again. And even if you're a budding or just a brand new youth organization, we encourage you to contact us so that you can get registered. And so the criteria is to fill out an application in order to be registered. You get your registration, you participate in our events and activities, and then we have an annual grant form that you can contact us and get a copy of. And once you provide us with all the information that is listed there, you know, the budget for your organization, all the information about your organization, how you impact the young people. We also do quality assurance to ensure that you are who you say you are and that you're making the impact that you would have indicated. And we can see how we can assist. We run on a fiscal year from July to July of every year. And so we have just a limited budget for funding, but we are, you know, excited to provide funding to those who apply, and in the Family Islands as well. So, Ashliegh, I would encourage you to connect with Carla Brown Roker and Dr. Kenneth Miller in our Grand Bahama office to see how they can assist you for this coming holiday whenever you're home. And we encourage any persons who would like to access these limited grant opportunities with our ministry to be able to access that. And the other grants that we offer are, like I indicated, micro grants, and this is for small existing or new businesses. It's up to $5,000. It's called Be Inspired, BE, Bahamian Entrepreneurs Inspired, and we offer up to $5,000 after a training and a pitch experience. If you're approved, you can get up to $5,000 along with mentorship and monitoring and evaluation to grow your business.
Yes. So I'll just come straight out of the gate and say, really and truly, I personally didn't take advantage of the opportunities that were available during those younger years. Majority of my success derives from training that I've done in my early adult years. It's so much so, like I remember, I'm thinking back now, I didn't really start to take those opportunities seriously until like 12th grade. Now, 12th grade, it was a bit too late, but I remember the drive at that point. It propelled me to go on to still achieve my high school diploma, on to gaining scholarships, and on to completing my studies and all that sort of stuff. But in the earlier years, I definitely did not take advantage of it, which is one of the reasons why I certainly believe that, and I want to encourage young persons that are listening to this and will see this sometime in the future, that there is a level of self-investment that is required. It is very clear that there are opportunities out there. I don't think anybody that hears this, whenever they hear it, can leave and continue the notion that, oh, there are no opportunities in this country. There are no opportunities for young persons. There's no way to advance yourself, especially when you don't come from a particular background of means. There are opportunities beyond, and I definitely believe there is a level of self-investment that is necessary, because with all of the opportunities that are there, we ourselves don't seize it and take advantage of them, then it really doesn't do you any justice, you know. But yeah, that's.
Deangelo, you made a very good point about so many times when we go back and have a conversation with our younger selves in our head, we say, wow, we missed this opportunity, we missed this opportunity. But I think this is where good parenting, good mentorship, good youth leadership comes into play as well. I see there is a
Definitely.
conference coming up next weekend. It's called Bloom. It's financial literacy.
Mhm.
And as you guys were talking, and there were so many free opportunities that, people are saying things are tough. We're budgeting our lunch money, we're budgeting hair and nails and other stuff. But there are so many free opportunities that, are available to our young people. And I think just last week there was the Martin Luther King conference at UB or something like that. And I was so excited about this conference, Bloom, this financial literacy, Jaydian, again, making sure that I'm putting my 9-year-old, my 11-year-old in the right spaces so that they could be the next Bernice McClains, they could be the next Ashliegh Stubbs, they could take Sandena's job, they could take your job, Jaydian. I'm making sure, trying to get them prepared, Deangelo as well, taking them to youth meeting to make sure that they could be the co-pastor and in your mentorship role. And I'm saying that because as parents, sometimes when we see our children a little slow towards the self-investment, or a little not quite connecting all the long-term dots of seizing these training opportunities earlier, that we then need to register them and we then need to drive them, because in most instances they don't drive either way. So we then have to act in their best interest and see to it that they have the exposure needed to be positioned for all the later opportunities as they arrive. We're going to another commercial break, and we just have like a couple more minutes in this show. We're going to come back after this commercial break. We want to give you guys an opportunity when you come back to share a little bit more before we wrap up. Does not appear as if that commercial is quite ready. If I see it come up, I will move on. But Ashliegh, who do you want to hear from next? Who do you want to hear from next?
Sorry. I really enjoyed every one of our guests today. I'm so amazed about the amount of opportunity that is back home. And as much as we're advertising for the young people that may tune into this, I too looking into stuff as I am graduating on Sunday coming with my second degree. Yes. So this is very informative, and I want everyone that is watching to seize every opportunity that the Bahamas has to offer to you, as you see today, especially with what Miss McClain talked about with the scholarships, and you could apply for scholarships under their department as well as I think under the Ministry of Education, and that could basically cover your time to study. And so one of the questions that I may have for Mr. Deangelo Belle, can you reiterate when the conference you was talking about earlier that is coming up?
Yes, the conference, the Man Up Summit, it's going to be Saturday the 20th, 2023 at 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Fox Hill Community Center. Those persons that are interested in registering, again, it is for young men ages 12 to 15 years of age. And you can call to register. The number you can call is 817-6012. 817-6012, or you can email register@dequestadean.com. That's register at DUQUESADEAN.com.
And Deangelo, is this a free? Because I'm as a parent.
Oh yes, I forgot that. FREE, completely free.
All caps.
And
all caps.
it does. Yes, it does. It also includes cash prizes up to $1,000 for the different teams. Okay.
Hold on. So we can enter teams, and so I could get my gas money back if my team win that I drive. Look how I having lunch on these children on Saturday. Look how I be having lunch on them.
Gas money is.
Okay, awesome. This is good. We got to go to this commercial break and then come back to everybody else. I think that's a good note for that to sink in and go to a commercial break and come right back and then wrap up the show.
Are you looking for a miracle, breakthrough, or deliverance? Join a Pentecost parade this coming May 28, 2023, commencing at 2:30 p.m. from the Church of God of Prophecy, East Street Tabernacle, and culminating at Rawson Square. Come expect a move of God as a prayer rope is carried throughout the streets. All passersby and those participating can reach out and touch the prayer rope in faith and expect miracles, healing, and deliverance. Calling all who want God to heal our land to join with us and an army of prayer warriors as we take our nation before God in prayer. For whoever calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. For more information, email PentecostParade2023@gmail.com or WhatsApp 357-9003. Come and believe God for your answers today.
All right. Well, you know, we had to add some Bahama brass band music to this show. The world famous, for those of you who may not know, the world famous Bahama brass band. Of course, I want to talk a little bit more about the last commercial that we have, which highlighted our upcoming Pentecostal parade. And I think we talked about how important these training and youth opportunities are for our young people. But of course, underneath it all, we also need prayer. And I want to emphasize that this is a prayer parade. This is an opportunity where we will be parading through the streets of New Providence, leaving from the East Street Tabernacle at 2:30. And of course, this is Pentecostal Sunday. I am a COGOP. I am Pentecostal. I know what this means to us. This is the climax of our celebration. This is where we know, people go to AID for their comforter, but we have a comforter that AID can't sell, right? And that's why we promote Pentecostal, because it was on the day of Pentecost that we would have experienced the baptism of the Holy Spirit, that we would have experienced the promise from Jesus when he said, I go, but I will not leave you friendless. I will not leave you lonely, Jaydian. And there he assured us that we will have a comforter. And so we want to encourage you to come out on Pentecost Sunday at 2:30 p.m. It's an all-white parade. Sandena, that all-white dress that you have. Bernice, you are in the medical technician, and I know that means that you have a white scrub somewhere. Jaydian, I know that you look like a man of many colors. And Deangelo, if you just have a new son, I'm sure you have a white suit that you've been saving for the christening, but you can wear that on Pentecostal Sunday and join and participate with our prayer parade. And so, Ashliegh, I'm going to sit back and allow you to do your thing as we come near to the end of the show.
All right. So I forgot to ask one of the questions that I wanted to do before the commercial for Miss Sandena Neely. I remembered you asked, you noted that the summer program for, employment and stuff is coming up. And I just wanted to know, when can young people apply? What's the earliest time that they can apply?
Thank you so much for that question. Applications will be available in May. They can contact us at 502-0748, 502-0736. I'll place it in the Facebook feed once we're done, or they can come to our office. They can check our Facebook page, or they can email us at celebrateyouthbahamas@gmail.com. The employment is for 18 to 25-year-olds. We also have an apprenticeship program that's for 15 to 17-year-olds. That is a very competitive program, and it's over youth, sports, and culture. We pay our young people to learn a skill. They take the Orrin Bailey High School by storm, and they do anything from culinary to barbering to videography, band. They have a huge band encounter situation going on, dance, drama. It's just so many things, and that is very competitive. We also have agriculture that happens at the H.O. Nash. They literally go there and learn how to slaughter animals and everything about agriculture. That's for 15 to 17-year-olds. And then if you have your very young persons from 4 to 14 who need activity in the summer, we have summer camps that they can participate in. But come and see us at your home at the Division of Youth for more information. or check us out on social media.
Awesome. Thank you so much. As we begin to close, I want everyone to, if you have any initiatives coming up or upcoming events, programs that you would want to advertise at this time. I know that our young people who are listening and who will watch the rebroadcast can take full advantage of that. So, anyone have any initiatives? Okay, Miss Bernice, you're muted.
Like I mentioned earlier, we are in need. We are in dire need of persons who are perhaps going into high school and they're curious about the profession. For 15, 16, 17-year-olds, they can actually become a part of the medical technology teaching cadet program where we actually inform them of what the profession is all about. Persons who actually take this program will be ahead of the learning curve if they actually were to take medical technology as a profession. Because once we actually expose you to medical terminologies like understanding what cell is, or red blood cell, the function of a platelet, a gram stain, anaerobic and aerobic bacteria, when we actually start saying those words, or when you hear those words after going through the program, you will be properly proficient and cognizant of what we're actually saying. So we want to reach out to the high schoolers. That program has a fee because of the teachers. They have to be paid the information that we're sharing. But please contact me. Please contact me, Bernice McClain, 427-2215. I can more further advise you about our medical technology teaching cadet program. And then, of course, if you want to take full advantage of our scholarships, 10 scholarships. So it can be a first come, first served basis, or if your qualifications put you at the top of the tire, but we're going to make sure that you are getting if you are able to apply, if you are one of the fewer ones that apply first, probability exists. So we want you to apply. Again, give me a call and I can actually inform you of the mailing in information, further information pertaining to the scholarships. This country, and I reiterate again and again, we are in need of people like you, the young at heart, persons who even wanted to change their profession. This profession is for you. Okay, so working at anytime we talk about working at a government entity, the government entity is always important because we know what? It's a stable job. So therefore, if you want to get your feet wet, contact me and I can be there to further advise you. And thank you very much for having me on this program. And I know that someone is going to call me, and I have hope that this is going to reach significant persons so that they can help this country move forward in the healthcare field. Thank you.
Awesome. We want to turn it over to Mr. Jaydian Miller.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, as I would have mentioned earlier, we have our entry-level workforce training program. Right now, we have another 5 or more weeks until this current cohort 21 is done. But for those who want to be in cohort 22, which may start around September, you can still apply now. But let me tell you what the qualifications are. All right, so you must be out of school, like I would have mentioned, between ages of 16 to 30 years old. Now, if you're interested in teachers aid or allied health, it's ages 22 to 35. If you didn't get your high school diploma, if you didn't do it with your BJCs or BGCSEs, you've never been to college, never been to an institute, never been to university, and you don't have any certification. And once you have a Bahamian passport, those are the requirements as it relates to sign up for this program. You can go on our website, www.nta, I repeat, ntabahamas.org. That's ntabahamas.org. And you can click the Register Now tab that's at the top right corner. Register Now. You complete all the information. And once that's submitted, our registration department will see that information. They will contact you. Okay. And our phone numbers, 242-461-6000. You can ask for Ms. Bethel, or you can ask for myself, 242-461-6011. Okay. And I want to share one more thing, if you don't mind. I am very passionate about young people. And I said that earlier. And I can tell you from being a young man, I had a lot of opportunities taken away from me, even now in my older age. And whenever I see young people get disenfranchised, I take it personal. So that's why I fight for young people. I love working with them. I love helping young men. You've had a lot of young men who, I'll be honest with you, they have a lot of challenges, a lot of emotional challenges, battling between what is it to be a man, right? A lot of them, when it comes to being tough, they have to be tough all the time. Some young men call me crying. This Miller man is a lot to deal with, and that. So I think a lot of what we're going through today in this country is because people are angry. They are angry and not being heard, right? So young men now, we need to listen to them, hear what they have to say. Let them be vulnerable for a minute, all right? Take that guard down, take that hard exterior down, because I'll tell you, men have emotions too. So I work with a lot of young men. I mentor them, I encourage them, because being a man and having to be strong all the time is not easy. So I just want to encourage you, especially young men, young women, and young men. Continue to do the great work. The agency believes in you. The country believes in you. We love you. Come to us. We'd have to transform your life and help you to have a bright future.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Miller. And I completely agree with your stance with young people. You know, I too have a heart for the young people back home and at my local church. A lot of them are crying out, and I think it takes persons like us to, you know, hear them out and let their voices be heard, and so that they find themselves having community. And so I thank you for that. And last but not least, I want Miss Neely to talk about any upcoming programs. I mean, you said some earlier, but if there's anything what's happening right now that you want to share.
Yes, so we have, like I said, the National Summer Employment Program coming up. That is our biggest push. And we encourage persons to, as soon as the forms come out, to register early. And on Friday, July 21st, we will be celebrating in grand style Youth Culture Friday. So we want every young person to make their way down to Arawaki, where all youth involved in everything culture will be on display. Friday, July 21st. This is an official 50th anniversary of independence celebration, and we want you to also pay attention to all of the calendars and all of the events and the upcoming activities for the 50th anniversary, because young people will be on display.
Awesome. Thank you.
I am so happy, Ashliegh. Ashliegh, I think I missed many of these. I think I missed by a day or two many of these windows, these age windows that you shared today, just slightly out of the range. But Ashliegh, you are still in the range to benefit from some of these opportunities we would have heard today. And one of the things that I liked with our wonderful group of panelists is that they talked about events as well as programs. And so maybe you don't have the opportunity to sign up for a whole program. But hey, on May 20th, man up. You can start to develop in yourself as a male, Jaydian, as you were saying, by attending Man Up May 20th. And so we're going to share the links on the email contacts for you to reach out to some of these persons in the chat later on. Deangelo, you can drop later on the Man Up registration information. Bernice McClain, you could perhaps drop your information. Jaydian, you could perhaps drop a link or an email for them to reach out to this program. I want to really thank you, Ashliegh, for being an excellent co-host. Of course, this information was here to benefit you and that age group, Sandena. You know, this is something that can benefit our children. Deangelo, the question asks about about the opportunities for children. We see where Ministry of Education, as Sandena pointed out, caters to that age group. And I also want to thank at this time each and every one of you, our hosts, our panelists. Jaydian, thank you for coming on and representing the National Training Agency. Sandena Neely, thank you for sharing on behalf of the Division of Youth. Deangelo, Belle, thank you for sharing on behalf of Transitions Mentoring Program. And Bernice McClain, thank you for sharing on behalf of the Medical Technology. And you know, you had some big word, the medical technologists at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Thank you all. And thank you, Anton Cunningham, who would have been behind the scenes technical host for today's show. Thank you. Share this link with your children. Share this link with your youth group. Share this information and be sure to get connected Make sure that your children are doing something productive, or make sure that you're doing something productive if you're a teenager or a youth this summer. God bless each and every one of you. And thank you all again for tuning in.